Hello there, everybody. What Culture Wrestling's Adam Clery here, coming to you live from a sunny day in Newcastle, and it feels like absolutely ages since I've done one of these. I think the last one was... when was the last one? New York. That was the last one. That was a bit weird.
Craziest thing I've ever done.
Anyway, we're back in the real world now, and Money in the Bank 2019 is right around the corner. And as you well know, WWE loves to throw a curveball at Money in the Bank, either with who wins the match and gets the briefcase, or just whatever they're going to do with the briefcase. It's never really all that predictable, so there's usually a lot of fun to be had. There is. And of course, let us not forget, this is still our most bankable source of pre-pay-per-view hits. So I've been through all the whispers, all the speculation, all the hearsay across the breadth of the internet, even the really murky parts, and I pulled out all the things that people are saying might or could or should happen at Money in the Bank. So, without further ado, my name is Adam Clery. This is the Wrestling Rumours Advisory Board, and these are all the last-minute rumours for Money in the Bank 2019 you need to know. Number 8, the Authors of Pain return. Alright, so you remember these two, don't you? Dominant tag team in NXT, drafted up to the main roster, pushed all the way to the moon, but then forgotten about almost as soon as they'd arrived. Yep, should probably be more specific. The Authors of Pain have been off WWE television since Akam suffered an injury way back in January. Now, admittedly, since then, Razar has been trying to do his own thing, giving the whole singles guy thing a bit of a run, but that has gotten about as far as beating No Way Jose on main event, so However, John Pollock of Post Wrestling, and hello there John Pollock of Post Wrestling, has reported that they are both now back, both fully fit, both working together again, and the duo are primed for a return to the tag team division. Thus, a lot of people are speculating they could make a surprise return at Money in the Bank, but for me, that would be quite a surprise, as at the time of recording, which is sometime during the week, there is currently nothing planned for the Raw Tag Team titles on that show. So,
Authors of who?
Who of Pain?
I've missed the piss experience.
Number 7, BRAUN interferes. Yeah, after winning last year and then spending a few directionless months just walking around waving the thing, BRAUN tried to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase, but got decked by the Shield, and then for his troubles was given a match at Hell in a Cell without the advantage of surprise, and then promptly lost anyway. Not being involved on the show at all, despite being featured quite heavily on television, does lend itself to the idea that he's gonna make some kind of appearance. And according to reports from the Wrestling Observer's Dave Meltzer, and hello to the Wrestling Observer's Dave Meltzer, that is precisely what the plan is. Since Strowman isn't on the show, he would be expected to get involved and play a part in the winner, which in theory would best be served for Ricochet, since he's the other babyface on this brand, and the kind of guy Vince would have the big guy help win. Now, while the idea, of Ricochet winning the match outright does seem a bit outlandish, at this stage there isn't even talk about him even being considered backstage by anybody. The idea of the monster among men getting these hands dirty in the match does make a lot of sense, if only for the amazing spots you could get him involved in.
It's definitely going to happen, but the question is, who's going to get it?
If that numbnuts misses his spot again, Jack Swagger's record is in danger of being broken.
Number 6, Dean Ambrose returns. Dean Ambrose leaving WWE is a work. 1000% Dean Ambrose leaving the company is a work, and if you think for 1 second that... who wrote this? Oh, for God's sake, I'm going to kill him.
No need. I put this one into Clery's notes because it's a bloody work, I told ya!
Number 5, Mandy Rose wins. Yeah, despite the astonishing breadth and depth of talent in WWE's women's division, we arrive at the 2019 Women's Money in the Bank ladder match with a relatively underwhelming lineup. Like, don't get me wrong, there are a host of former champions, a host of very talented performers in there, but nobody you really believe that the company's invested in. Does genuinely suck to say that, given how good we all know Bayley can be, how excellent when holding a belt Alexa Bliss is, how surprisingly enjoyable Carmella's run was, how much we're still expecting of Ember Moon, but regardless, that doesn't really feel like a who's who of the women's main event scene this year. Thus, and with the persisting rumours, which I will subsequently get to, the WWE are desperate to use the briefcases as star makers this year. Mandy Rose is the name apparently being touted around backstage for winning. I mean, it makes a lot of sense, this one. She has improved immensely in the ring. She's been far more prominent on television, and she does tick a lot of the boxes that Vince McMahon still really likes to have ticked. I'll let you work out which ones those are, but regardless, she looks like a lock-in.
There used to be a gold woman alone in WWE. Then Sonya came, and fire and desire they would be.
How do we top this? Could be worse. Could be Natalia.
Kevin Dunn, it's Money in the Bank, not Mandy in the Spank Bank.
Number 4, Sasha Banks returns. Yes, Mandy does seem obvious, but that's only if there's not a big swerve on the cards. The bottom line here is that the original plan for Sasha Banks at the 2019 Money in the Bank pay-per-view was to A, that's a 1, have her in the ladder match, and B, so that's sort of a B, have her actually win the thing. Now, precisely what is happening between Sasha Banks and WWE is likely only known to both Sasha Banks and WWE, but even then, the idea that they will both be seeing eye to eye on the subject is as unlikely as her replacement, Dana Brooke, winning the match itself. Last we all heard, though, Banks was still refusing to reconsider her request to leave the company, despite WWE offering her the world to stay on an improved package. However, if that has been enough to sway her behind the scenes, then reintroducing her in this match would be the perfect way to do it. So, you never know.
But she unfollowed WWE on Twitter. That's the worst thing you can do. You cannot come back from that.
Yeah, because then we can call it Money in the Banks. Get it? Oh, that's boss time!
It's 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 boss time!
Number 3, Drew wins the men's, and he's getting a huge push. Over to the men's event now, and as I've sort of already mentioned, WWE do not believe they've done a particularly good job booking the briefcases over the last few years. If you'll just remind yourselves of about this time 12 months ago, Alexa cashed hers in on the night, and then Braun sort of staggered around aimlessly with a couple of non-starters and then got screwed out of his eventual match. The year before that, we had Baron Corbin losing his as a punishment for a bit of backstage tomfoolery, failing in his cash-in against Jinder of all people, and the less said about the whole James Ellsworth debacle in the women's, the better. Thus, the company planned this year to really make the Money in the Bank briefcases a momentous part of the year, to be an integral part of the winners program going forward, leading to these monumental and important title changes. Of the field in the men's match, Drew McIntyre looks like being the obvious candidate because, let's think about this, he's really good. He's just kind of below that level of being in the main event. There's a lot he could do with the briefcase, and also he is on Raw, which matters a lot to them.
He's a very tall man. He used to work in WCPW. I could see it happening, I guess.
I prefer Sammy or Andrade, but who knows? And also, who's he gonna brutalize?
Just don't make the briefcase tartan. I'm not as f***ing thick as you are.
Number 2, Shane McMahon will coast to coast off the cage. Yeah, according to reports in, well, I saw somebody suggest it on Reddit and I just really wanted to talk about it. Shane McMahon's latest stunt is going to be doing a coast to coast off the cage onto The Miz, presumably killing them both. Yes, I know, just read somebody talking about it in a forum and then wanted to do it myself. It's not the most reputable source I'm ever going to give you, but just imagine it. And look, if you really want some proof that's just Shane McMahon, isn't it? He's going to do some kind of stunt. There's a whole reason it's a cage match. I mean, the reason they gave him Hell in a Cell against Kevin Owens was so he could jump off it. The reason they gave him Falls Count Anywhere against The Miz was so he could jump off the thing. So why do you think they're giving him a cage if he's not going to do something absolutely mad off the top of it? Want to mind this, but yeah, go with it.
You can coast to coast into the sea for all I care.
Jumping off the cage. Oh wait, Shane, yeah, no, 100% that's happening. He wants his kids to watch him die.
If it happens, you won't have seen a higher drop than that time Lacey Evans fell on her arse at the Royal Rumble.
Number 1, it'll probably all change on the day anyway. Yeah, I just want to add this new caveat to every single story that draws deep from the well of wrestling reportage. Absolutely everything is now subject to the last-minute whims of Vince McMahon, and they are getting more erratic. Yeah, just in case you missed this, earlier in the week, a source allegedly close to the backstage goings-on in WWE revealed to Wade Keller's show, and hello to Wade Keller and his show, that things are not going all that well, and they're pretty much all Vince's fault. He keeps changing his mind all the time, and it's getting more illogical and more nonsensical, and it's really starting to annoy people. The wildcard rule, for example, was not even in the script of Raw the day of the show until Vince decided to add it last minute. The Superstar shakeup was planned months and months in advance and then panned out absolutely nothing like it was supposed to because Vince just kept changing his mind on a whim. So yeah, whatever I've said here, whatever you might have read anywhere else, just keep in mind that it could be absolutely categorically, indisputably 100% true right up until the point the Superstar gets to the curtain where Vince just decides their English isn't good enough and pulls the plug entirely. Thanks.
Wildcard, bitches.
Oh, you're much better. I hope Vince doesn't go with Baron Corbin on the day. It'll be as painfully anticlimactic as jizz shooting directly back into my dick.
Good to be back, you know.
So there you have it, my friends. Those are all the last-minute rumours that I scoured the very depths of the internet for, wrote in an article for whatculture.com/WWE, adapted into a video script, recorded in front of this very camera, uploaded to YouTube, and you decided to watch because you have good taste. You are welcome. You are always absolutely welcome. Dear God, is it hot in here. Anyway, though, let us know what you made of them all, as well as any of your own, in the comments below. And of course, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. In the meantime, though, thank you so much for watching. My esteemed colleagues will join you on Sunday night for a live stream. I'm not here. I'm on holiday. But until then, my name is Adam Clery. My thanks to the Wrestling Rumours Advisory Board. And I'll see you soon. Mwah.